Hello, and welcome back to Happy's Tech Hub. Today, we're just going to be looking at some really ghetto computer cases, preferably DIY ones, and I'm going to be using them as inspiration because I am considering building my own ghetto DIY computer case and just moving an old system that probably doesn't work anymore into it just to see if everything fits. And who knows, maybe I'll move my existing computer into a ghetto DIY case just for the fun of it. Who knows, but let's get into it! Okay, so here we have candidate number 1. Candidate number 1 faces a few obvious problems. Let's dive into them. First problem with this computer case is there is no computer case. There is just this ugly red box. No, that's not right. There's an ugly red box here that a motherboard is just sitting on. No graphics card. Cable management, that gets a B-. The cables aren't managed, they're just, I think they're tied up over there. So there is a little bit of cable management, but it's horrible. Next problem I see is this fan is not going to help that cooler at all because it's on the solid side. You want where all those grills are. That's where your air needs to flow through, not the solid piece. It's not going to help. So cooling is also at a B- by the looks of it. Altogether, I give this case that's not a case a solid A-. It's not good at all. Okay, coming up to our next candidate. Someone turned their sex toy into a PC. Yeah, that's they improved the processing power. They have more variety in the different vibration settings now. I just don't know how they're gonna set them because there are no buttons on this thing. And that looks like, no, that's not a button. That's just a clip on the fan. Also, cooling. Their smart dildo is not gonna ever heat. I can't believe I just found a smart dildo. I don't think this classifies as a computer case, but A for effort. Next candidate. Okay, moving on to the next candidate. I think our third candidate. Here we have what's actually, it's not a bad, I actually like this one quite a lot. So we have our hard drive mounted on a board with, everything's just mounted on a board. There is plenty RGB lighting over there. That power supply actually looks pretty damn cool. They pulled the side off of it. However, I have to give it a couple flaws. We'll point out a couple flaws with it, where it's going to lose marks. One, that if that is a fan, I can't tell what the horrible quality of the image, but if that is a fan there, that blue thing, it's cooling cables. It's not helping. The rest of the system seems passively cooled, which means it's going to run really, really quietly. What the hell is that? No idea what that is. That looks like someone did a little black and white 2D cartoon strip and then it vomited. It's got extra dials for information. It's got some really cool power switches. They kept the little bracket thing from an existing case. I have to give them props for that. They're being thrifty. They're using what they have. But yeah, because it's passively cooled and everything seems easily accessible, the cables are only a little bit of a mess. I'm gonna give this one a solid C. Okay, so this one, this one is quite interesting, and there's 2 photos of it, but I wanted to start with the first photo with the Dago here, because that's gonna award this one extra marks. If it's well mounted, the Dago feels safe under it, and it's important to keep your Dago safe. But let me just go and select the next image. So here is the actual case, and I have to floor it in one vital area: cable management. These cables are hideous. I mean, they're cable tied and sort of kept more or less out of the way, but I don't like it. It's hideous. These cables they're ugly. There's no other way to put it there. At least this guy's getting 60 FPS. He's using Fraps. He's using the horrible screen recording software. Just use OBS or Streamlabs, man. But anyway, I'm also curious as to what video card this is. That's an old GeForce logo, so I'm assuming it's a 5 or 600 series card. 1200 watt power supply. That is overkill to the max. Yeah, it's pretty. I'm gonna give this one a B, maybe? Yeah, a B, because your doggo's safe under it. Otherwise, I'd give it a D. Okay, coming on to our next case. I do have one pretty big issue. Wait, before I do go on to my issue with this. Is this the same, like, bracket mount? That last one used the same bracket. Boss it, so they're using the same bracket. But anyway, this one's not mounted in the same place, and there are a few key differences with it, so I'm gonna just mark it separately. One thing that really irks me is it has better cable management than the last one from what we can see. But two tower, that just looks over the top. I don't know why it has two towers there with two fans. But more importantly, why the hell do your hard drives need fans? Just why? It doesn't serve any purpose. And ooh, a burp. But why? It doesn't make any sense there. It's just such a waste. At least you've hidden some of your cables in that area. So that logo 500 series card. I might have been right. This is also an Asus card. But anyway, I'm gonna, I don't know what I'm gonna rate this one. Maybe, yeah. There's no doggo, which is seriously a big flaw. So I'm gonna have to rate it, it's getting a D. I'm sorry. It's just one big, fat, long, veiny D. Anyway, thanks for watching that video. I hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna leave you off with the smart dildo over here because that is just the greatest computer case I have ever seen. I hope you enjoyed this. Maybe I'll end up making my own very ratchet, very ghetto DIY computer case. A bit more practical than the smart dildo because hopefully the computer in it will actually work. I don't know if I'm still gonna do it. I've got to do a bit of research first. My social media is linked in the video description. Thanks for watching. Don't be afraid to leave a like or a comment or even subscribing, please. It helps. And adios.